नमस्कार विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो. In previous lecture we will discuss about the Feshton's network condition, and one of the application of Feshton's network, that is how to determine the unknown resistance by using the meter bridge. Today our discussion of point here is that principle of potentiometer. The potentiometer is an instrument which can be used to compare the EMF of two cells by separate method and sum and difference method. Also, this potentiometer can be used to determine the internal resistance of a cell. To compare the EMF of a cell and to determine the internal resistance of a cell, it is necessary to know the principle of potentiometer. Here, this potentiometer consists of a long wire AB. It is fixed on the wire AB. This is a wire AB. It is fixed on this wooden board, and length of this wire is L. Suppose this capital L is the length of wire AB. Capital L is the length of wire AB. Then this wire having resistance, this is a capital R, is the resistance of wire. Resistance of wire. And capital E is the EMF of a cell having internal resistance small r. Due to this battery, some current flows through this wire AB, and therefore we have to find out the total current across this wire AB. Therefore, according to Ohm's law applied to a complete circuit, the total current passing through this wire AB, this is given by this I is equal to E divided by capital R plus small r. Suppose we call this equation number 1. In this case, I means total current passing through this wire AB. Capital is EMF of a cell. This capital R is external resistance across this wire AB, and small r is the internal resistance of this cell. Also, here we have to find out the total potential difference across the wire AB. Suppose P is the potential difference across this wire AB, and I is the current passing through this wire AB due to this battery, and capital R is its resistance, and therefore the potential difference across the wire AB. This means that PAB, P is the potential difference across the wire AB, and therefore according to Ohm's law we can write down here P is equal to IR. Suppose this is our equation number 2. If you compare these two equations, from equation number 1 I is equal to E upon capital R plus small r, and from equation 2 PAB is equal to I times R. Therefore, comparing above equation, we get total potential difference across wire AB, PAB. This is equal to, if you substitute the value of I from equation 1 in equation 2, therefore equation the second becomes E times R whole divided by capital R plus small r. Suppose this is my equation number 3. But here the potential difference per unit length of this wire AB can be written as the potential difference per unit length. Potential difference per unit length of wire AB is given by VAB, potential difference across wire AB, this divided by L. This is equal to E times R divided by L times capital R plus small r. Suppose this is our equation number 4. In equation number 4, the term VAB upon L, this is equal to constant. VAB upon L is constant. This means that this capital R is the resistance of wire AB, small r is internal resistance of the same of EMF E, and small r is its internal resistance. All these terms are constant, and therefore this VAB upon L is equal to constant, and that constant is called as potential gradient. Potential gradient of wire AB, and it is denoted by K. Then what is meant by potential gradient? This potential difference per unit length of the wire, that is called as potential gradient. The potential which changes according to length of wire, that is called as potential gradient. The physical quantity which changes according to its length is called as potential gradient. Shortly, the potential difference per unit length of wire AB is called as potential gradient. Also, from figure, this let P be a point at a distance L from point A. Therefore, let P be a point at a distance small l from point A, and therefore distance from point A to point P is small l, and its potential is free. Therefore, potential difference between any two points of a wire is directly proportional to its length. P is potential from point A to point P, and that's why we can write down this VAP. P means potential from point A to P. It is directly proportional to its length. VAP is directly proportional to its length. VAP, this is equal to K times L. VAP is equal to K times L. This K is called as potential gradient along this wire, and therefore we can state the principle of potentiometer. When the constant amount of current is flowing through this wire having uniform cross-sectional area, capital A, then the potential difference between any two points of a wire is directly proportional to the length of wire between these points. Shortly we can write down the potential difference between any two points of a wire is directly proportional to its length. P means its potential, and distance from point A to point P is L. Therefore, distance between any two points of a wire is directly proportional to its length. This is the principle of the potentiometer. And there are two applications related to this principle of potentiometer. First application, that is comparison of EMF of two cells by separate method, and second application, that is to determine the internal resistance of a cell by using the potentiometer. First application, that is the first application related to principle of potentiometer, that is to compare EMF of two cells. By potentiometer, separate method. Here, this is a potentiometer wire AB. Potentiometer consists of long uniform cross-sectional wire AB fixed on the wooden board. There are several different segments. Distance from point A to this segment, this is 100 cm. This means that 1 meter. Then this segment to this, that is 200 cm. This means that 2 meter, and this segment to large, that is 300 cm, and last segment distance, that is 100 cm. Total distance from point A to point B, that is length of wire 400 cm. This means that 4 meter long. It is fixed on the wooden board. In this case, this battery, key and rheostats are connected in series across this wire AB. Also, the positive terminal of this battery and both the positive terminal of cell E1 and E2 both are connected. Positive terminal of cell E1 and E2 and positive terminal of this battery are connected at point A. Then both negative terminal of cell E1 and cell E2, it is connected across one terminal of the K1 and another terminal of K2, and combination of this both terminal from K1 and K2, these two are connected combined one terminal of the galvanometer. Both terminal of K1 and K2 are connected one terminal of the galvanometer, and second terminal of galvanometer is directly connected to jockey. Second terminal of this wire galvanometer is connected to jockey. Here two cells are used, that is cell E1 and E2. We can compare the EMF of these two cells C1 and E2 by separate method. Here distance from point A to point P is L1. By touching the jockey on different point on the wire AB, we have to find out the balance point, null point, point of contact. This means that galvanometer shows zero deflection. The galvanometer shows zero deflection only when the potential difference from point A to P is exactly equal to EMF of cell E1. In first case, here cell E1 is closed and E2 is open. Galvanometer shows zero deflection only when the potential difference from point A to P is exactly equal to EMF of cell E1, and therefore, according to principle of potentiometer, we can write down directly. This E1 is directly proportional to L1, and therefore this E1 is equal to K times L1, where this K is called as potential gradient along that wire. Similarly, also if we use the cells E2, at that time this E2 is closed and K2 is closed and K1 is open. In this case, apply the same procedure. The potential difference from point A to Y is exactly equal to EMF of the cell E2. At that time, galvanometer shows zero deflection. Where this L2 is the length of wire from point A to Y, that is fall of potential from point A to Y, and therefore we can write down here E2. This is directly proportional to L2. E2 is equal to K times L2. Suppose this is our equation number second. If you compare these two equations by comparing equation first and second, we get E1 upon E2. This is equal to K times L1, this divided by K times L2. Here common terms, that is K get cancelled, therefore this E1 upon E2, this is equal to L1 upon L2. And using this equation, we can compare the EMF of a cell E1 upon E2, this is equal to L1 upon L2, where this L1 is fall of potential from point A to P and L2 is the fall of potential from point A to Y. And using this equation, we can compare the EMF of two cells. Any one EMF of a cell is known to us, then we can determine the EMF of other cells. Second method, that is sum and difference method. To compare EMF of two cells by sum and difference method, this means that two cells are connected in sum method and two cells are connected by difference method. By applying the same procedure, in case of this potentiometer apparatus, this is a long wire, it's on the wooden board, and this battery key and rheostat are connected in series across point A and B. Here the positive terminal of the battery and positive terminal of the cell E1 are connected across point A. In this case, first method, that is sum method, this means that if two cells are connected by sum method, this means that positive terminal is connected across point A and negative terminal of the cell E1 is connected to positive terminal of the cell E2 and negative terminal of cell E2 is connected to galvanometer. At that time, if two cells are connected by sum method, their combined EMF is E1 plus E2. In second case, instead of this sum method, we can use difference method. In case of difference method, positive terminal of the cell E1 it is connected to at point A and both negative terminal, this means that negative terminal of cell E1 and negative terminal of cell E2 are connected together and this positive terminal of cell E2 it is connected to galvanometer. In this case, combined EMF of the cells are connected difference method. At that time, their combined EMF is G1 minus E2. In this case, first time the cells are connected the sum method, that is E1 and E2. Here we have to find out the null point, balance point of contact by connecting cell E1 and E2. The potential difference from point A to P is exactly equal to EMF of two cells, that is E1 and E2 are connected in sum method, that is E1 plus E2. At that time, galvanometer shows zero deflection. This means that the potential difference from point A to P is exactly equal to sum of EMF of the cell E1 and E2. At that time, galvanometer shows zero deflection. Here, L1 is the length of wire from point A to point P. At that time, galvanometer shows zero deflection, null point, and therefore, according to principle of potentiometer, you can write down here E1 plus E2, it is directly proportional to L1, and therefore E1 plus E2, this is equal to K times L1. E1 plus E2 this is equal to K times L1. This is K is the potential gradient from that wire, and therefore cells are connected combined. At that time, E1 plus E2 this is equal to K times L1. Suppose this is our equation number 1. If the cells are connected in difference method, this means that in this case positive terminal of the cell E1 and negative terminal of the cell E1 and negative terminal of cell E2 are connected together in this way. Suppose this is cell E1 and this is E2. This means that negative terminal of the both cells are connected together and positive terminal of the E1 and positive terminal of this battery is connected at point A. In this case, we have to find out the null point, balance point of contact by touching the jockey on the different point on the wire AB. Here, distance from point A to point Y, this is equal to L2. This means that potential difference from point A to point Y, this is exactly equal to EMF of the cell E1 and E2 when they are connected in difference method. And therefore, according to principle of potentiometer, if the cells are connected in difference method, their combined EMF is E1 minus E2. Therefore, E1 minus E2, this is directly proportional to L2, that is all of potential from point A to Y, that is length of wire L2, and that's why E1 minus E2, this is equal to K times L2. Suppose this is our equation number 2. If you compare these two equations, that is equation number 1 and equation number 2, we get here E1 plus E2, this divided by E1 minus E2, this is equal to K times L1, this divided by K times L2. In this case, common terms get cancelled, and therefore E1 plus E2, this divided by E1 minus E2, this is equal to L1 divided by L2. If you rearrange the terms, this means that E1 plus E2 divided by E1 minus E2 is equal to L1 upon L2. They are cross multiply, and after solving this, rearranging the terms in above equation, we get, I write them directly, E1 upon E2, this is equal to L1 plus L2, L1 plus L2, this divided by L1 minus L2. And this is a required expression for if two cells are connected, some method and two cells are connected in difference method, E1 upon E2 is equal to L1 plus L2 divided by L1 minus L2, where this L1 is the balancing length, yeah, follow potential from point A to P along the wire AB, and L2 is the length of wire from point A to Y, that is follow potential from point A to Y is called as L2, and after calculating this we get final equation, that is E1 upon E2. This is equal to L1 plus L2, this divided by L1 minus L2. If you know the values of L1 and L2, then we can compare E1 upon E2 by separate method and sum and difference method. Yeah, if you know the any one EMF of a cell, any one EMF of a cell, then we can calculate another cell's EMF by sum and difference method. Okay, thank you.